Hello and welcome back to another live stream here in Sidburg City. Today we're gonna take a look at some more expansion. Not really sure exactly what I'm gonna do today. And let's just take a quick look around here, see if there's any specific areas that should be expanded a bit into. This area could be a good place to start. Also, I could start with some expansion of farms up on this hill. This is a bit empty. Not really sure what I should do here. It would be a nice area for some farms, but at the same time, it's pretty far out. I guess it could be your forest. Let's start by removing some trees in the close area to this whole thing here. I'm gonna try to build some residential here. Around that area. That should be good. Let's use this road, and just kind of use the already created road here. Replace that. That way. That should be good. I could also connect it about here. And I'm gonna try to make these interchanges here a bit smaller. Well, I mean longer. That way it's not as steep. And I think that would look kinda nice. Just have this really slow, weak slope down here into the tunnel. Doesn't look too bad. Let's go back here and take a look at the farms again. Should probably connect this one. Could connect it up here, like so. Let's just remove that and that. This should stay intact since I have disabled zone checking. Now that's a good area. Let's create some places for houses. Something like that. That should be good. Fill that in with some residential, low density. That way. And try to make this farm look decent. I'm gonna use this tree again. And I'll have some trees follow the road here. Like so. That should be good. Here as well. I'm just gonna make this army area here more framed in. Actually, this might be a bit too narrow. I'm not really sure. Something like that should work. Could also add a few trees here. And I should also fill in this little area on the outside here. Remove these trees here on the inside. That should work. Trim it a bit more in here. Good. And of course I should frame in the industry here. Quite a bit actually. That would be good. Now let's separate this a bit more. Like so. Could separate this into a unique field as well, that way. Add a few trees here. Possibly up here. That should work. They probably need a few more tractor roads now, so I'm gonna do that. That way. And of course here as well. That should be good. Could possibly add another one up here. Like so. Actually, I'm gonna add a gravel road instead. This way. And here I could do something similar. And now I'll have to add some farm buildings. That should work. Now let's try and see. Maybe this is a bit too many farms. That would be better, I guess. So just finish it here. That way. Continue this with the pedestrian gravel road. And of course these farmers need their own house as usual, so I'm just gonna add that quickly, like so. I could also add a few houses here, and that should work. Let's add some water while we're at it. And or just connect it with these. That way. Increase the residential demand a bit. I could also probably add a playground here, like so. And I'll also have to add some fertile land. Sorry, that's not fertile land. That should work. A patch of oil here, or gone now. Okay, that's good. Add some more fertile land here, just to give it that farmish color, I guess. That's good. There you go, another farm. One here as well. Actually forgot that. Yeah, that's good. It's a little bit generic industry here. That should be no problem though, since it's separated with forests. Now if you have any more ideas, I'd really like some suggestions right now. Kind of out of ideas to be honest. But of course if you don't have any ideas, that's also fine. Let's try and remove this fertile land here, since this isn't a field anymore. That way. I should probably do the same here. This used to be a field. Kind of mark this area better as non-agriculture. Filling with a bigger variation of trees here. That should work. Add some oak trees as well. Okay, that's good. Could also add a few here actually. That would be kind of nice. Oh, and of course I have to add some trees around the farm itself, as usual, in such a matter. Increase strength of it. That's good. I wonder if any of these pedestrian paths are actually used. I'll try and check that out. Nope. No. No. None of these are used. Over here. Let's see if I can find one. Here. No. Seems you don't like using these after all. Here as well. Few lines here. I just know. I should probably. Small spots without fertile land. Could add a few more of these tiny farms. One here maybe. I'll try and do that. Let's see. Trees. We'll move some of these here. Just add a gravel road like so. And actually just do that instead. That should work. Add a farm building. move it a little bit further this way, like so. Maybe rotate it a bit. And I could add a small pedestrian path here, just to kind of connect these. That doesn't look too bad. And of course they need a house as well, so I'm gonna try and make room for that. Something like that could work. Add a pedestrian path again. That should work. I'll have to add some fertile land in here. That's good, I guess. And some trees to reduce the winds around here. And in here, that should be good. Now there's a small farm here as well. There's probably a bit more space over this way. Could use that as well. Make this entire thing a farm, actually. Let's see. Continue the gravel road down here and sort of have it come up here. And add some trees along the road. Could also split this in two, but it's quite small, so I think that would be really strange. I'm just gonna keep it as one piece, even though it's quite long. And as usual, I just have to add some fertile land here to get it a bit greener color. That should work. Let's see where else I can build a farm. There should be quite a big room around here. Not really that many places I could connect the farm. I could use this road. Let's see if there's any restrictions here. Okay, so this road doesn't have any restrictions. It's only these. That's because I didn't want the cars driving down this way. I'm using that as a on-ramp. So let's use this road here from about, I don't know, here, like so. Have it come around this place, something like that. Actually, I'm gonna use gravel road since that looks more normal for a road created only for this farm. And also, let's take a look here and place some farm buildings that way, and a house like so. Connect some water pipes and electricity. There you go. And of course I have to remove some of the trees here so I can create a nice field. Could also create one here. That should work. Might be a bit steep of a terrain here. That could be difficult. Actually, I'm gonna keep the farm on this side and maybe a bit here. So let's just make some of the trees over here again. That way. And use this again to kind of shape out the whole arm thing. Like so. Have it follow this highway as well. That should be good. A really narrow farmland here. Could actually try to flatten that a bit using the move it tool. That way. That should be good. Let's also try and add some tractor roads. Here. And let's add some fertile land here as well, so it gets a bit more green. That way. That should be good. Oh, and this little spot here, which I apparently missed. There we go. Now there's a nice farm here as well. I could actually connect that through here, even though this is originally a park meant for this research center over there, but now I can make it sort of a original tractor road thing and later rebuilt to a park, which would be kinda cool. So now this is a park combined with the area of the farm. Let's add a few more trees in this area. Maybe a bit too strong brush here. That should work. I'm using the live oak trees. They look pretty good. Yeah, I can show my city zoomed out. This is how it looks. I have farm areas in the edges here. As you can see, I have some quite wild areas here without any infrastructure. I'm gonna try and keep this and this area quite free of infrastructure. I have started building in this area quite recently. I try to keep it historically correct, so I start by building rural areas like this, and eventually I expand and it becomes more urbanized, I guess. And thanks, by the way, for the support. Really appreciate it. Where was I again? Yeah, it was this area. Take a look here again. I'm gonna fill in with some trees along the border here. Use single brush maybe. Try and make this border a bit more neutral. Fill in on the back here so it kind of fades out. That should be good. Try not keep them too tight here. You want to have the area walkable. If I didn't say already, this is actually sort of for this cancer research center here. So this is kind of like a park on the backside. I don't know if that makes sense. I could actually rename it Cancer Rehabilitation Center. I think that would make more sense since there's a park here. Sometimes you use, and I guess that's fine. It's not illegal exactly. Try and fill in a bit more here. Seems it's quite a weak color. I don't know. Is it? A bit, maybe. They're missing water here. Gonna fix that quickly. There you go. Fill in with some trees here. That's better. forest usually grows pretty fast when areas aren't maintained, so filling this area here with trees kind of makes more sense. This is pretty high up, so I'm guessing trees won't be growing there. So I'm gonna keep that quite clear anyways. Yeah, let's see if there's any more area. This area? Maybe? Over here? Let's see how steep that is. Okay, that's small, maybe a bit too steep. Let's see. Some of these are probably a bit too small for a farm. Could have something else there, not really sure what. Let's just start with adding a farm on this main island. You know what? I could have a lighthouse there. That would be a nice idea. So let's flatten this out a bit first. Try to make the terrain a bit more even. Like so. Could also try and smooth. I'm gonna try to make those a bit stronger. This way. Maybe mostly on the side out towards the sea. That doesn't look too bad. And add a gravel road here. I'm not really sure how this is going to. Okay, so that's good. Add a house like that. And some farm buildings. That should be good. I could also have a small harbor. Let's see if I can find that. Something like that. That would kind of make sense. Okay, the road is too wide. And actually the whole ferry thing is a bit too big. I'm gonna try and find some different kind of ferry terminal. I think there's one in here somewhere. Tourism maybe. Yeah, this one. Could that work? This looks a bit more normal, I guess. The benches, well, still a bit too public. Sorry, what's it called again? Fishing pier. I doubt they would really bother to make that. Looks kind of strange. Actually, I could take that later. I'm gonna take a look at the workshop and see if I find some better assets. Just finish the farm first. Okay, that's a bit too far out, I can see that clearly. I'll have to make this gravel road here a bit further in, mostly because it doesn't shape the terrain, so it kind of fades out into the ocean if I go too far. Let's take a look at that. Seems better. Kind of fades out in some places, but I think it should be fine. These are quite simple roads, I guess. Yeah, I could also add one here. That should be okay. And what else? Could add a few trees on the outside here. To kind of block in this farm. Don't want it too far, so I'm gonna remove some of the trees. Kind of hard to not remove everyone. Okay, that should work. Some on the inside as well. Actually, could just remove them like this. It's more exact. And use this tool to kind of shape out the whole field thing. That way. Same here. These are probably a bit too close. That should work. That was better. Separate this into two fields. And I should also add a few more trees with this. And we will need a lot of trees to stop the wind from blowing their crops to the sky. Let's take a look at the wind map after I've done this. Use the single brush tool. One here and here. That should be good. Let's take a look and see how much wind there actually is here now. Okay, that's quite bad. I think that's as much as you can get, which isn't good at all. But I could actually add some height over here. Let's see, try and make a small hill. Let's roughly do this first. Kind of shape a backbone on the island. To block the wind coming from the sea. Could that help? Let's take a look. Wind here. A small bit, not enough, but let's just say it worked anyways. You know what? I could actually do one last thing and see if that works. I could add even more trees up on these hills. Let's see if that has any effect. Like so. Could that help? Let's see. Not at all. Unless it's still updating. Maybe a bit less windy inside the forest here. But otherwise that didn't help at all. So that's not good. Let's add some fertile land, I guess. See here. In this area and over here. Gonna make the brush a bit smaller. Kind of have okay, that's better. Looks kinda cool. More variation in the terrain here. I wouldn't mind living there. Well, there's gonna be some place a okay, so they need sewage and utilities for this game. I should have some kind of tiny sewage pump for yeah. Okay, so this island apparently needs a lot of a new windmill. Would it be strange to have a electricity line over that distance? Maybe that would be kind of too expensive. I have a feeling it would. How else would they produce electricity on such a place? Or could they live without it? Is that possible? I guess not in modern times. Could be possible before. Let's just connect it with these points here. Bit too far away from each other apparently. That should be good. And add another one here. So now they have electricity right from the mainland. That should be good. They are powered by this one, which actually produces a lot of electricity, and they are also powered by these three, which could be kind of unnecessary, which you can see here because I have way over the necessary amount of electricity. Anyways, that's good there. Let's take a look at this island. Maybe remove some of the trees along the beach here to make that a bit more pure. Like so. Kind of nice place this, I guess. A bit too steep to be a beach. I could try on one of the sides here to get this beach feeling a bit more. Like so. It's still a bit too steep, I guess. I don't want to mess with it too much, so I'm gonna keep that. Actually, over here I'm gonna create a beach. That would be really cool. Over this way. Okay, that's maybe a bit too tall. I'm gonna lower that a bit more. Have it go over here. Around here. And of course I don't want that steep ending, so I'm gonna try to extend this a bit further and afterwards smooth the edge a bit, so we get this nice beach that kind of fades into the ocean. If I just smooth it right now, I would probably see all of that flat area I created just disappear. So something like that. Smooth this one first. And then this one. Let's take a look here and see how that beach looks. So that doesn't look too bad. Nice city beach here. Quite long in fact. I could also remove this thing here. I don't know, that might be looking a bit strange. I'm gonna consider that and maybe do it later. Now I shall create some sand. Let's see, that's here. Where's the sand again? Or don't I have that? Maybe I don't have that. Okay, it's here. Let's see. Extend this a bit further away here. Make this beach complete. Okay, probably not all the way up to the houses. That would imply the sea actually went that far, which wouldn't be good. Let's try and keep it a little bit lower down. Remove some of the sand here. Just have to make this work time at least. That should be good. Could load this even more in fact. That way. Remove some of these trees on the beach here. Same here. That should be good. Nice beach area. Actually, I could also add some chairs and stuff there. That would be kind of nice. Let's see what kind of props I have installed here. I bet they are in this area. Okay, that's actually kind of nice. I didn't know I had that asset. Anyways, I'm not gonna get too carried away here. Let's look for some beach assets. Maybe a bit difficult to find. Rioters. Okay, that's not what I'm looking for. Let's see. Can we find some benches, for example? They should be in this area. Yeah, here. That one, that's nice. You could actually use some of these. What are they called again? I'm just going to call them sun blockers for now. These umbrella-like things. Where can I be? Guess we will have to look through the icons with the assets with no icons as well. Safety barrier, traffic barrel. Parks. It should be in here. Guess not. Common. Okay. Let's take a look here, see if we can find anything. Not there. What's this? Residential? Probably not here. Okay, it's here. Never mind. So we could do something like this. That would be kind of cool. Or just use a brush, kind of brush them out here, if that's possible. No, it's not possible. Okay. Okay, it is possible. Oh great. Just use a few of these. Crop them like trees around this area. Make it nice beach area here. Lots of these. What are they called? Parasols. That should be good. Add a few here as well, actually. Just, cover the entire area with these. A few here. It's not strange. Could have a few there as well. Yeah, that's cool. I should actually remove some of these parasols that's really close to the shore here. They seem to be kind of into the water, so that isn't good. Are these too close? Okay, it's quite steep there, so that should be fine. It's mostly in this area where the beach is quite uh, dull on the slope here, meaning it takes a lot of time to enter the water, and therefore each wave is really long. Over here probably, yeah, and that's actually one directly in the water. That should be really good, actually. I like that look. Take a look around here and see these nice parasols covering the entire beach. What else can I add to this beach? There's more parasols. What kind of parasol is this? Kind of strange to have on a beach, maybe. Let's try and see what else. A car? Would that make sense from that? Let's see what else. A fence? I could put a fence along here. I'm not sure how that will be. Kinda like the feeling that you can just walk from the street here and right onto the beach. So the fence might be a bit bad actually. Try and remove those too far up here. There's a lot here. There you go. Yeah, I could add some paths actually. Something like this. Would that make sense? I guess not. Oh yeah, I could add one of these piers here. That would be nice. Let's see. Like that. And like that. That should be good. Maybe a bit too far down. I'm gonna try to move that a bit further up here. Let's see about here. Would that make sense? Actually, these should be a bit longer. I'm gonna create my custom one using the road from here. So let's see. I wanna have it extend from here and kind of go straight into the ocean. That way. Okay, kind of hard to make this work apparently. Try to raise this up a bit. Raise this as well. That should work. Just kind of try to copy this. Probably. Oops, that didn't work too well. Like so. Copy this over here. And have one last here. No, I'll have to remove that one. Okay, actually, yeah, I'll just have that fixed manually. And oops, seems there is some issues here. I'll have to try and fix that. Let's see here. This is a bit uneven. Too high up on the edge there. Something like that would be better. This is the main problem. Let's try and fix that. Okay, that seems good. Let's also try and see if there's any parasols underneath the bridge, because that would be kind of strange, since there's already shadow there. That should be good. None of these are underneath there. These are probably a bit too close. That should be good. A few of these pyres added now. Could actually load this a bit. Increase the height here a bit. Let's see. Like so. That should be good. Have this nice wooden tire you can walk on. Could also add a connection. Let's see. Okay, that's a bit too low actually. I just noticed this eventually as I go through here. Yeah, I was thinking I could add a connection down like this. Would that make sense? Okay, that didn't work too well. Let's try and add the grid. That should be good. Now they have this small place they can walk up on the bridge from. Let's do that on all these places. I'm not sure if this was the exact same way. Okay, seems like it. So it's two tiles from the bridge and 2 tiles down. That should be good. A nice little pier for the citizens to walk on while they're at the beach. Let's take a first-person walkthrough of this beach here quickly. I could add some more props, not sure which. Seems a bit empty still. And there's this pier here. You can easily get up here, unless you have some problems with your feet. So, well, if you use wheelchair, you could just go up like this, so that should be no problem. And all these people living in these high rises here, they should be able to easily walk outside their doorstep whenever they wish and access some fresh air from the ocean and some nice sun while they sit at the beach, which should be really nice. Some strange road here, not sure why it's extended like that. I'm gonna lower that right away using the move it tool. Like so. You can see the buildings, they don't follow, so they're quite tall right now. I'm just gonna remove them and wait for the area to fix itself. So there you go, that's a nice beach area. What else? Yeah, grab some trees here. Like so. Try to pack this area a bit more in. That should be good. But there's a small island here. I could do something with that as well. I should probably just add a lighthouse there. That should be on here somewhere. I think so. Or is that a unique asset? Could this be used as a lighthouse? Does that look cool? Not really sure. Let's look further and see if I can find a actual lighthouse building. I'm pretty sure it should be here. I don't know where. Maybe it's in here somewhere. Could use this as a lighthouse. Visible at least. Yeah. Maybe it's in here. That would actually make sense. Okay, it's not there. Maybe I simply don't have a lighthouse building. I should make a list now. I'm starting to lack a lot of lighthouses. Well, I mean, assets in general. I need a list of assets I'm missing. Missing a smaller wind turbine for this area, smaller water tower, sewage drainage, and what else? A lighthouse. Wouldn't it just be a perfect spot for a lighthouse here? That tiny island. I mean, what else could you use it for? It's not like it's a huge farmland or something like that. Even this is kind of tiny for a farm, I guess. It's still really nice. There's a lot of tiles here unused actually. To think about it, if I kind of move the entire city a bit further down here and removed all of these sea tiles, that would allow me to have a lot more space. Could build 2 more tiles up that direction. That's really cool actually. Hello Tim, how are you doing today? Okay, so they're missing electricity here. I'm gonna quickly fix that. Where else was it? I can swear I saw it multiple places. Or was that just this sign? Maybe it was this sign. Seems I don't have enough buyers. I might need to increase the amount of commercial zone a bit. Okay, that's a bad spot. Let's see. I could add a few shops here. Like so. I could also increase the density of some of the commercial zone over here. First by replacing this with high density and let's see where else. I could do that a few places here. For example, this one. That should help. I'm gonna remove that tiny road to make room for more commercial. Same here. Okay, that didn't work. Let's just update the road again by replacing it with a different one. And okay, that didn't work either. Let's just rebuild it. There we go. Keep a little bit clear space here between the bridge. These houses should probably go now. Yeah, that's good. I'm gonna add a small road here to kind of separate the school from the rest. So that's good. Now this should start having some more commercial quite quickly. Yeah, I'm also gonna try to do something here. This area is kind of a bit too empty. That looks bad. I will try to fix that. Like that. Does that work? Okay, that's still glitchy. Doesn't seem like this road is willing to cooperate. But if I replace it with a tiny one, that didn't work either. This one, maybe, that doesn't have pedestrian crossings. Yeah, I'm gonna keep that. Like so, and replace this whole thing with high density commercial. This could just be empty, or just remove it actually, that would make more sense. Give the whole block a bit more shape. As you can see, my buildings aren't removing as I remove the zone. And that's simply because I have disabled the zone check, so I can place buildings outside of that area. Let's add some low density commercial here to kind of make the edge go a bit smoother out from high density to low density. Population seems to be suffering quite a bit from my actions. Quite recently it was at about 220. Oh, sorry, I didn't read your messages, Tim. Thanks for your support. I have a quite good PC. I'm not sure about the PC specs exactly. I know it's an i7. I think it was something with 1070. I'm not really an expert on PCs. It's been a while since I have actually looked into that stuff, so I guess I'm kind of outdated. Yeah, where was I? I was trying to make room for some more commercial, that was it. It seems I'm actually lacking residential zone right now, which is a problem. My actions hasn't gone unnoticed, I guess. I could simply add some high density here. That would be a simple solution, but the problem is bigger than that, so I'll have to change something eventually anyways. And by that I mean expand with more low density. This is barely going to help, I'm guessing. Not really sure. Yeah, Intel Core i7 is quite good. I guess it's the best as far as I know. So yeah, that's pretty good. And if I didn't say, thanks for subscribing. Helps a lot as well. I'm gonna try to fill in with some more houses here. Or not. Actually, it seems I have some space here. I'm gonna use that. I9, that's actually quite surprising. I didn't know, but it's good that the science of computers is improving, I guess. That's how we move forward. Just try to move the road a bit further in here so the trees appear again. That should be good. And fill in with some houses on the inside here. Just a tiny attempt to give the citizens some more space to live on. Let's see. This lake is quite nice. If you have seen my previous streams, I created this house, which is supposed to be my house, sort of. I could also create some more of these types of things. You know, just kind of detailing and that sort of things. This area is quite empty. It was farms before, but I decided it was stupid to have them so close to the airport. But now that I think of it, maybe it isn't that close after all. I mean, it's closer than... It's actually quite similar to this, and I haven't removed this, so I guess that should be fine. I'm not gonna change that right now anyways. To kind of make this more compact as well, like the rest mostly.